Ever wondered what really goes on behind the scenes when those sworn to uphold the law instead break it? In a world where trust and authority is paramount, the unraveling of corruption within law enforcement can shake the very foundation of society. Today, we delve into the disturbing cases of 8 corrupt cops whose actions not only ended their careers but shattered the lives of those they were meant to protect. Case 1. Rodney Dunn's Impatient Patrol. Picture this. A routine traffic stop takes a terrifying turn when Trooper Rodney Dunn decides to seize control of the situation. Nicole Harper's peaceful drive down a U.S. highway quickly morphs into a nightmare as Dunn engages in a reckless pursuit, putting not just Nicole's life, but also her unborn child's at risk. Despite Nicole's desperate efforts to pull over safely, Dunn's impetuosity leads to a collision, leaving Nicole shaken to her core and casting doubt on the authority meant to protect her. The incident raises serious questions about law enforcement's handling of such situations and the potential consequences of unchecked power. Case 2. Burke and Duncan Roberts' home invasion. Returning to the sanctuary of your home should be a moment of relief and safety. But for Clay Hulley, that sense of security was shattered when officers Mark Burke and Duncan Roberts took it upon themselves to break into his residence during a domestic disturbance call. What began as a situation requiring de-escalation turned into a harrowing ordeal as Clay found himself face-to-face with officers who seemed to disregard the sanctity of his home and privacy. The invasive intrusion left Clay feeling violated and deeply unsettled, raising serious doubts about the integrity of the very institution meant to uphold justice and protect citizens. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the potential abuse of power by those sworn to serve and protect, leaving lasting scars on the trust between law enforcement and the communities they are meant to serve.
Don't grab me, don't grab me.
Well, we're telling you, giving you lawful order. If you don't get out, you're about to get ripped out of the car.
Well, go ahead.
So don't.
I got a back problem, don't rip me out
I'm not trying to do that, so come on out. Come on out, we'll explain it to you.
We're going to tell you, dude. Come on, step out of the car.
Let me go.
No, I'm not letting you go.
Bro, let me go,
This is your last chance, man.
No.
Get the f*** out.
Get out.
Oh my God! Get on the car! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Hands behind your back.
Case 3. Robert Bareno's narcotics nonsense. In the relentless pursuit of justice, there are times when law enforcement officers overstep ethical boundaries, and Corporal Robert Bareno's actions during a narcotics investigation serve as a poignant example. Bareno's unwavering determination to apprehend suspects led to the wrongful arrest of 42-year-old Timmy Miles, an innocent individual caught in the crossfire of circumstance. Despite the absence of concrete evidence linking Timmy to any criminal activity, Bareno persisted in his pursuit, resorting to intimidation tactics that left Timmy physically bruised and emotionally battered. The repercussions of Bareno's actions extended far beyond the confines of that investigation, casting a shadow of doubt over the integrity of not just his own career, but also the entire law enforcement department. This egregious breach of trust serves as a stark reminder of the critical importance of upholding ethical standards in the pursuit of justice and the devastating consequences that can ensue when those standards are disregarded.
Your hands behind your back! Your hands behind your back! Hands behind your back! Hands behind your back! Stop resisting!
I'm not resisting. Please help me.
324 tap. We got 2 detained.
324 tap.
324 tap.
Yeah, go ahead, hook him up. Stop moving. Do not resist.
I'm not moving. I'm not moving, sir. I'm not moving. I promise I'm not moving.
Is there anybody else in the house?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Case 4. Dempsey Walters' overreaction. Teenage pranks are often considered a rite of passage, but for Captain Dempsey Walters, one seemingly harmless joke spiraled into a disturbing display of excessive force. In a regrettable case of mistaken identity, Walters reacted with disproportionate aggression, orchestrating a full-blown police raid that left innocent teenagers traumatized and a community shaken to its core. His rash decision not only eroded the trust that should exist between law enforcement and the public, but also highlighted the perilous outcomes that can arise when authority remains unchecked. This egregious misstep serves as a sobering reminder of the profound responsibility entrusted to those in positions of power and the imperative need for accountability within our justice system. Case 5. Billy Wheeler's mistaken assault. Mistaken identity can have grave consequences, particularly when law enforcement officers hastily draw conclusions. Officer Billy Wheeler's unfounded aggression towards Antonio Smith vividly illustrates the perils of assumptions in policing. Acting without sufficient evidence, Wheeler's impulsive behavior sparked a violent altercation, resulting in Antonio's injury and lasting trauma. The repercussions of his misconduct were severe, resulting in the loss of Wheeler's career and further undermining public trust in the justice system's integrity and fairness. This troubling incident serves as a stark reminder of the imperative for law enforcement officials to exercise restraint, diligence, and adherence to due process in their pursuit of justice. Case 6. Unjust arrest by Valencia County Sheriffs. In a sobering reflection of law enforcement's capacity for error, an ordinary response escalated into an unjustified arrest courtesy of the Valencia County Sheriff's Department. Lena Rollins became an unwitting victim of erroneous identification, enduring unwarranted treatment at the hands of officers. Despite her vehement assertions of innocence, she faced brutal arrest tactics that left her shaken and disillusioned with the supposed guardians of justice. This distressing incident serves as a stark reminder of the profound consequences of mistaken identity and the imperative for law enforcement agencies to exercise caution and discernment in their actions to prevent such injustices from occurring. Case 7. False arrest in San Antonio. The morning of August 25, 2020, turned chaotic when a San Antonio officer responded to a 911 call regarding domestic violence. Instead of conducting a thorough investigation, the officer made a critical error in judgment. Upon spotting Matias Omtu, who was simply out for a jog, the officer hastily assumed him to be the suspect without concrete evidence. Despite Matias' repeated assertions of innocence and his reluctance to provide his name while he was engaged in exercise, the situation quickly spiraled out of control. The officer insisted on detaining Matias, citing a supposed match to the suspect's description. Despite witness statements and evidence contradicting this assumption, Matias found himself wrongfully detained and subjected to intimidating tactics. This incident serves as a troubling example of the dangers of rash assumptions and the potential for abuse of power within law enforcement agencies. Case 8. Mistaken identity in Miami. In a disturbing case of mistaken identity, the actions of two Miami police officers during a response to a 911 call at Hotel Victor resulted in grave consequences. Instead of conducting a diligent investigation, the officers targeted an innocent bystander, disregarding crucial details and jumping to conclusions. Despite the individual's earnest attempts to clarify his lack of involvement and innocence in the incident, the officers proceeded to forcefully detain him, displaying a blatant disregard for his rights and escalating the situation needlessly. Even upon recognizing their error, the officers persisted in their aggressive behavior, inflicting further trauma on the innocent individual and egregiously violating his civil liberties. This egregious mishandling of the situation underscores the urgent need for accountability and reform within law enforcement agencies to prevent such great injustices from occurring in the future. These cases serve as cautionary tales, shedding light on the dark underbelly of law enforcement and the devastating impact of corruption. As we strive for accountability and transparency, it's crucial to remain vigilant and demand justice for those wronged by those entrusted to uphold it. Stay informed, stay vigilant, and join us as we continue to uncover the truth behind the headlines. Subscribe for more eye-opening insights into the world around us.